Rounding, or rounding off, numbers requires a good understanding of place value. And rounding means to make a number easier to understand. And we do that by giving an approximate value that is similar to the actual value. One example of when rounding is used a lot is in shopping, but many people do it wrong. For example, if you see a new beanbag chair for $59.99, you might tell someone that the chair costs $59. Or you might even say it's $50. But this is wrong. Both of these are wrong ways of rounding. If you round off $59.99 to the nearest dollar, it's much closer to $60 than it is to either 59 or 50. When rounding numbers, you need to know the place value that you want to round to. For example, say you're asked to round 456,843 to the nearest 10. How are we going to do that? Well, it's the nearest 10, so let's start by finding the tens place, which is right here. You can see there's a 4 in the tens place. So what we're being asked to do then is to say whether this number is closer to 840 or 850, because that's the tens place. Right, so how do we do that? We're going to start by looking at the number to the right of where we're going to round off. In this case, it's right here. And if the number to the right is less than 5, then we're going to round down, which means that the number in the tens place here is going to stay the same. But if the number to the right is 5 or more, then we're going to round up, which means that it's actually closer to 50, so this number in the tens place would change. So in this case, we know we're rounding off here to the tens place. We look to the number to the right. Well, it's a 3. That's less than 5, so we're going to round down. And the number is going to be rounded off to the nearest 10. It will be 456,840, because it's closer to 40 than 850. Okay, so here's another example using the same number. Let's say you're asked to round off this same number to the nearest 1,000. So you're going to start out by finding the thousands place. And we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, so that's right here. So basically we're being asked to say, is this number closer to 456,000 or 57,000? That's what rounding off to the nearest thousands means. So we found the thousands place. Now we're going to look at the number to the right. In this case, it's 8. Now if the number to the right is less than 5, we round down, but it isn't. It's more than 5, so we're going to round up. And that means we're going to increase this one because it's closer to 457,000. So we've now rounded the number to the nearest 1,000.